Hello everybody. Today I will show you how to get Centillion. Um, actually, technically I will. What I mean by technically is, this is the setup I used. It's not a setup that is, like, available to everybody. It's not a setup that is made for Centillion. The intention of the setup is to get Centillion, but I got it completely in a completely different way than I expected, so. As you can see in the title, yes, I did get Centillion with an iron ore. It's probably been done before. If it hasn't, then great. I guess I have first person to do that. I don't care. That's the setup. Pretty big, pretty simple. At first, the intention was to use Black Dwarf, so not loop stars. Use a loop of, I don't know, something like, I don't know, like a shop item. I think this thing, yeah, because of $1,000,000,000. So I loop this till 1 decillion, Dragon Blast, and bam, make it go through 4 times instead of 3. But it ended up that I had so many upgraders that I could get Centillion with an iron ore. So we're gonna show you how I do that. If you have every item in this setup, go ahead, get Centillion. It's not a setup that 100% will give you Centillion the first loop, as in you won't necessarily get Centillion instantly. You might have to do 2 loops to get Centillion, you might have to get lucky with a few things, I don't know. It's not the best setup. If you want a good Cent setup, copy other people's. Other people's are simpler, easier, more available to everybody. Mine is just the one that I used, and was able to get Centillion with iron ore because, I don't know, it wasn't intended and it happened that I had enough upgraders. So we're going to start this. I didn't speed myself up, so this is going to take a while, but I will place down every coal related thing. I had to remove them to save my setup. No, we'll remove that right there. By the time the ore gets there, that should be powered. Let me get some speed real quick. Alright, that's good enough. So, what we do, we, plop that down and just wait. 1 drop. That should be good. It should have teleported by now. Then we do that. I will get the sword as well. As you can see though, I do indeed have Centillion. Okay. So, I don't know where the ore is, it's already there. So the premium tracker is later in the setup, and since now the premium tracker's tag to show the money doesn't disappear after being reset, it's at the end of the setup to see, just to see when this good upgrader right here is done upgrading. Basically, the first loop we don't see the value until the end, but that's it. So I had a lot of issues with this setup, which is why I also recommend to use another setup. Now that I have everything though, it works flawlessly in terms of actually ore dying. I mean, there's probably a few places where the ore can still die, but I had this very big and annoying issue that I will show once the ore gets there. Well, it's basically there. This anti-gravity stuff. After the 3rd loop, it would get stuck there, and at first I thought it was frozen, so that's why I have this thing. I thought freezing the ore made it not go up. All it does is make it slippery, and so it kind of like slides around in the air. In reality, the problem was the weight of the ore. After the 3rd loop, it wouldn't go up this anymore. It wouldn't do anti-gravity. What I did was put a helium blaster and got the ore to go up very quickly and easily. So this solved all my issue. If it wasn't for that, this setup would still not be successful, and I would still be struggling with Centillion. Alright, so it goes through that. We're gonna pulse the ores, give it a good 50 times upgrade. I don't know if that's the case. I haven't fact checked that just yet. So yeah, it just does this loop multiple times. I also forgot to put the portable these boys over here, portable tractor beams. I'll just put them somewhere else in the setup, that's okay. You can put these literally anywhere, so I don't care. People usually stack them. That's probably the best idea. I just don't do it because I can't be bothered to. Even if it takes less time, it's more efficient. I don't know, I just don't. Okay, don't judge. Is that on the conveyor thing? You know, it's not perfectly on there. Okay. I might as well put on Big Bertha. Big Berthy. Okay. I'll just put them there. Okay, good enough. Is the ore here yet? Did it die? No, I think it's... Yeah, it's there. It's just not very visible because it's black. Do that. Make the ore go through. Now it's pink so we can see it. Goes through these guys. It makes it kind of hard to see the ore though. Too bad. I can't... Yeah, I don't want to bother placing those somewhere else anyways. So every little upgrade counts, so that's why I have this here. It was kind of a struggle to manage to put everything. As you can see, I don't even have the Angel's Blessing, the sparkling ore for this thing, but too bad. Do I not even have the Angel's Blessing in this setup? I don't. Ooh. That means that I'm missing upgrade. Just put it there. Make sure you have that. So yeah, one loop is basically QTV. Between QTV or TVG, you know what, we'll upgrade it right now with the Angel. Okay, well, I guess we'll make it go through then. There we go. And then we'll just put it right here. I don't know. Did I click this? Too bad if I didn't. I'll have to deal with that. Oh, I thought because I clicked pulse, I thought I literally killed the ore. But no, I did not. Okay, let me go check if, okay, I did. Click this real quick now. So the ore just does this 4 times. Because again, originally I wanted to use the Black Dwarf, because I was pretty sure without using stars this was possible. But I was intending to loop, and it ended up that I had so many upgraders, especially with this Easter event, that I could not even need to loop anything, which is nice, because because this started off as to try and see the final multiplier of my setup, so I would use an iron ore, wait till the last loop, and then the last loop, it was 2 suffixes or 3 suffixes under Centillion, the ore that is. And I realized that I could literally get Centillion with an iron ore. But the iron ore idea came from me just testing the setup and realizing that it's very big multiplier. And just like this, I don't know how much this does. It's either like 2 times or something. I don't even know what it is, and I have it there. If you guys want to make your own setup, it's literally shove every single upgrader you can possibly think of. I looked in the shop for upgraders to add, and I found these guys. They upgrade 3 times, and they're pretty good. I forget where the ore goes. It goes right here. Did I close the gate? Yeah, I did. For sure. Yeah, the Easter event helped a lot with a lot of good upgraders. Like, this is just 10 times. That's amazing. This is like, what, 12, 10 times? I don't know. This is 10 times. A lot of it's in the 10s, that's why it's so good, because it's at least hundreds of times. It's like 6, I don't know the exact multipliers, but the Easter items definitely boost the setup up by like half of its already power. You know what I mean? So what is this? The second loop? Yeah, this is the second loop through, so we're gonna switch this out to the Tesla Refuter. Because I have to remove stuff for the Ultimate Sacrifice to fit in, so I won't do that just yet. Yeah, the ore's coming. I did not close the gate, did I? Okay, I do that by pure reflex and instinct, because I don't want to mess that up. Especially for the ore illuminator and this thing. Second loop, it's at NQDDR. I think this one will be successful. I did make it another video, but I forgot to unmute my microphone, so I took that video down. Not very important, but who cares? And in that video, I didn't get centillion, but I got one suffix under centillion. So I think this one will be a good attempt, and the reason is I forgot to click this stuff. So literally, if it wasn't for every single upgrader in this setup, if I miss one, like just this, or one pulse from the Stardust Pulsar, I don't get centillion, unless I somehow get lucky and get it. I don't know, it depends. I don't know what in this setup makes the ore vary of value so much. But apparently there's a few upgraders that make it do more or less. I know that there's a few upgraders, like, let me find them. I don't know, this one right here, the candy one right here. Every second ore gets a 2 times upgrade, I think. So that's one of the ores that make the value vary. But I'm honestly surprised, nevertheless. Oh, it's only there. Still surprised that I either get centillion or I don't. It's weird. That's why I say use somebody else's setup that is purposefully made for centillion. This setup just ended up working for me, so that's why I'm using it. This is not useless either, because although the problem was fixed, not because the ores was slippery, it's still good to have your ores not be slippery. It's very nice. It makes you calm down more, because if it's slippery you feel like it's gonna die at every turn. Even if you have walls, you just feel like something's gonna go wrong, but if you don't have them slippery, then you feel much more comfortable. This is closed. Yes, indeed. Did I make them go through the refuter? Yeah, I did. Okay, so you're gonna see that I need to remove stuff for the ultimate sacrifice. I just need to, not the ultimate sacrifice, the final upgrader. I need to just remove these two, so we're gonna wait till the ore goes through that. I don't know what else to say. I'll give you guys a quick tour of this setup, so if you guys have every single item I have here, you can use it. If you have more upgraders, you can use that. If you have less, you can try and find some other upgraders. If you don't have everything, you're not gonna get centillion with this setup, because, yeah. It wasn't intended to give me centillion with iron ores by default, like said before. Where is the ore? There it is. I can remove these two. Get the ultimates. Why do I keep calling it the ultimate sacrifice? The final upgrader, the big boy. Big reset boy. So that's, I don't know how many suffixes that is off of centillion, but it's not that far off. So then I thought the ore was still in there for some reason. So now I remove those two and I add these things back. And then I will add the furnace and final upgraders that I need to use that I wasn't using before because they did things that I didn't like, or I couldn't find a spot for them. False again. I will say, the furnace that I use, if you have any other better furnace, 100% use it. My furnace, I used the Dreamer's Terror. It was good. It was actually maybe one of the best furnace when it first came out. It's pretty bad now, but it's because it was nerfed so hard. But also, I have no better furnace, so I'm just using that till I get a better furnace. The only better furnace people usually have is Book of Knowledge or Devour Her Nightmares and stuff like that. I do not know what furnaces to use. Eternal Limbo is bad because you have to wait. I guess you could use it for this setup, it's just it's so big that I can't be bothered to find a space for it. So yeah, I mean, that's about it. Let's look at the ore value real quick. Ooh. Isn't that close to... It's pretty close to centillion, I would say. Right? It's like 3 suffixes down or something. I don't know. We'll see. There's an invisible particle part right there, so I can't run through that. We can see what it's at with the Pirate's Cove. OT, OT, G, and TL. I think that is not far off of Centillion. If I somehow get Centillion, without it being even at the end, I'll just put like a basic furnace. I don't think it's that close, it's just generally it's close. And it's still got the whole loop to go through. All these really good upgraders, especially like these two. If I had the the Spirit of Fire, it'd be insane. It goes through that. This really good upgrader, I mean, it's superstitious, it has to be good. And then into the furnace. We will see what it's at. Wait a minute. I don't know that. I think it still has a few suffixes to go. Let's see. If I get infinite money, just in case it makes my data loss, I won't make it go into furnace. I don't think that is physically possible to get infinite money now. I think it's not possible. Let's see. It's getting there, it's definitely close. We'll see what its final result is right here. That is one suffix under Centillion. So without even the furnace, I was able to get a Centillion, basically. Just for the sake of it, I'll show what upgraders I use after that. So basically, we'll now say bye-bye to these guys here. The portable tractor beams. So basically, this is how much money I got last video, because I forgot to activate the pulsar, and I forgot to click these guys, or click this guy and activate that guy. Dude, you know what, yeah, I just say goodbye to this part of the setup. I just remove it. Goodbye, have a fun time in empty. An empty void world. There we go. And then I say goodbye to that, just in case, I don't know. And I add this big boy. Very massive man here. I add the vitamin C coder. Vitamin C coder? Yeah. I add the Moe. The Moe gods. And toxic waste disposal if I want to, but I will not. I don't even need to. So basically this is... Okay, well I won't bother. I'll just use a basic furnace because this should be enough. You guys get the point. Even if it's not enough, it's definitely a setup that gives me Centillion. There we go. Yeah, also another reason why I didn't use the furnace that I usually use, which was the Dreamer's Terror, is because I don't know if you go over cent if you get infinite money, and I don't know if you get, I don't know if that's possible, first of all. And just in case it is, I don't know if it makes me lose data like it once did, so I do not want to do that and lose data. Lose my progress. Yeah, so that's the Centillion setup, and you can't trip yourself. Can you? Nope, you can't. Okay, well, that's great. That was a fail. Okay. Goodbye.